6 really specific things we all did as kids. Part 1. Drew the sun in every corner of every drawing you ever made. Ran your finger along this part of the wall when you were bored. Hoped and prayed that the video game or movie you wanted would be behind the box. Make the most elite certified marker sword just to have it snap into the second you pick it up. Went to the grocery store with your parent and pulled all of these out for no reason. Spent way too long at the store flipping through posters that you never ended up buying. 6 really specific things you all did as kids. Part 2. Poured glue all over your hand, let it dry, and then peeled it right off. Broke this specific kind of pencil for no reason. Literally, your brain just told you to do it. Went so high on the swing set that the poles almost came out of the ground. Let your masterpiece dry on this exact rack. Looked at the bus window on a rainy day and drew on the condensation. Tried to push down every color on this pen at the exact same time. 6 really specific things we all did as kids. Part 4. Do I even have to say anything? Look at this picture. Tell me you didn't do that. Tell me. Pulled super slowly trying to get that one extra ticket. Stabbed the absolute life out of your eraser. Rip. Spent way too long at the arcade thinking about how you were going to spend your tickets, when the most you had was like 100 tickets and the most you can get was like a pencil. Had the conversations of a lifetime at this exact table. Filled up one of these bad boys and at somebody. 6 really specific things we all did as kids. Part 5. We all tried to close the fridge super slowly, just so we can see when the light would turn off. Tried to inject ourselves with a fake mechanical pencil shower. Check the shower curtain right before you're gonna take a shower, just to make sure there's no serial killer behind it. Just to make sure. I don't care who you are, I don't care how good your artistic ability is, we all drew our birds like this. Seeing one of these in like Walmart or Target and finding the most random object just to see if like the machine could actually tell you the price of it. Yeah. Taking a cap off a bottle of soda, filling that cap up with that soda, and then taking that as if it was a shot of alcohol, and thinking that you were so cool. 6 really specific things we all did as kids. Part 6. Yo. Put your pencil in the middle of a ruler and spun it like a helicopter blade. Purposely broke your pencil and then sharpened the other end just so you can have a double-sided pencil. When you would be eating mac and cheese and you would put single noodles on each strand of the fork and then you would eat it all at once. Every time we had these snacks, we would always eat them limb from limb. You would start with the arms, move your way to the legs, tear that body off, and leave the head for last. Whenever you would finish one of these, you would have to blow it back up and pretend like it was full. And if you didn't, I had permission to slap the goofiness out of you. I didn't make these rules. 6 really specific things we all do as kids. Part 7. Oh my god, it's happening. Part 7. Oh my god, yeah. Go to the store and open up the automatic doors with your superpowers. And then the strangers would see you and you'd be like, yeah, you saw it, right? Don't mess with me. I'm too powerful for you. Put pencils between our fingers to pretend like we were the Wolverine. Driving home and thinking that the moon was following you, even though it wasn't. But it like was. No. Am I the only one? Draw our girl characters with hair just like this. Don't lie to yourself. You did it too. Alright. Seeing the raindrops on a car window and looking at them race down to the bottom. 6 really specific things we all did as kids. We all tried to find that precise midpoint on a light switch for when it would turn on or off. Flinging one of these back and forth, just watching and hearing it vibrate. Eating a fruit seed and thinking to yourself that it's gonna grow in your stomach. So then you just got sad because you were like, wow, man, this is really how I'm gonna go. Wow. We all would do either of these positions when we would have a shopping cart. And this is facts. You can't tell me you didn't do this. I don't know why, but for some reason my brain would always tell me to climb upstairs as if I was a dog. Like, but it was so cool. Having snacks like these and putting them on your fingers as if they were rings and eating them one by one. 6 really specific things we all did as kids. Part 9. We all got our fingers stuck in one of these and panicked at least once. Pretending to smoke outside when it was really cold and you could see your breath. Yeah, you're not alone. I was doing that too. Used these exact blocks when learning math in school. Tried to force 2 magnets to touch with negative poles, even though we knew they weren't. But it was still fun to try. Hovering your finger over the solar panel part of your calculator, trying to put it to sleep because you didn't know how to turn it off and you weren't using it at the time. We all had to wait that eternity when we were just leaving the grocery store and your parent bumps into one of their friends. So now you just gotta stand there and listen to them talk for 2 hours. Like, Mom, I just wanna go. 6 really specific things we all did as kids. Part 10. Build the most elite, certified bed fortress with your bed sheets and pillows. Cover the hose with your thumb in order to squirt water farther. Counting your steps when walking on a sidewalk square and avoiding stepping on a crack so you didn't break your mom's back. We all owned a pencil just like this and unraveled it because it was so cheap and horrible. You couldn't resist. Lick the color off of a Skittle and refusing to chew until you could verify that it was white. Like, you're not alone. We all did this. When it was a really special occasion, so you would get to have a wine glass, but it was filled with, like, apple cider or, like, grape juice. But you had a wine glass, so you were, like, boss.
You were today years old when you realized part 1. Let's get it. You were today years old when you realized that it's called candy corn because if you stack it up, it actually looks like corn. What, bruh? You were today years old when you realized that you can actually take the top off these juices, reverse it, and close it again. Bruh. You were today years old when you realized that the toga that this guy is wearing has an LC that actually stands for Little Caesars. Bro, what? You were today years old when you realized that in Monsters Inc. when they yell we have a 2319, the 23rd letter in the alphabet is W and the 19th is S, and it stands for white sock. What? Our thoughts that'll make you think. Part 19. The guy who invented the first invention also invented inventions. What the fuck? There's an animal named fly, but not an animal named walk or swim. Yo, when you play a game on easy mode, it's just on hard mode for all the enemy characters. If everyone in the world blinked at the same time, nobody would notice. Nice. Earth travels 1.6 million miles per day. Yesterday's problems are literally 1.6 million miles away. Yeah, I'm out. Our thoughts that'll make you rethink life, part 21. Some Scooby-Doo episodes would be a lot shorter if they just went to the costume store and asked some questions first. Childhood ruined. You've never seen your neighbors getting groceries out of their car. Me neither. Light bulbs were such a good idea that they became the symbol for good ideas. If a place is open 24 hours, it's actually open a lot longer than that. What the fuck? If people never had a sense of smell, people would think dogs are psychic. Shower thoughts, part 22. A box of cereal is actually a box of a bag of cereal. What the fuck? We have billboards that take our attention off the road to tell us not to drive distracted. The voice in your head is far more fluent than you ever will be. If you arrange the numbers alphabetically, 0 comes at infinity. If we made our shoelaces out of headphone wires, they will always tie themselves. True. Our thoughts that'll make you rethink life, part 23. What would a room full of mirrors look like if there was nothing in the room to reflect except other mirrors? What the f? Your own bed always feels better after you spend the night in another one. True. I don't know if it's just me, but juice tastes better when you stand there and drink it with the fridge door open. Waffles are just pancakes with abs. And by the way, pancakes are better. It's crazy how a billionaire could give you 1% of their fortune and it could change your life forever. Where you at, Jeff Bezos? Random things you probably never noticed, part 1. How come I never noticed how perfectly Honey Nut Cheerio boxes line up? Like, look at that shit. Look at that shit. United States is shaped like a fish. Crazy, right? The LG logo is literally just a broken Pac-Man, like, bruh. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but the openings in these colored pencil boxes are literally smiling at you. The Sunny D logo is shaped like a... I'm gonna let you guys figure that one out. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 1. Comment down below if you remember these clocks. These were the OG clocks right here. We all learned how to tell time on these. I don't know why, but it was hella satisfying just putting glue on your hands and just ripping that shit off for no reason. With these scissors, you either had a really good pair that can cut good or a really bad pair that couldn't cut for shit. Finger spaces, now that I think about it, they actually helped us a lot in high school. Tell me why I can feel and smell this ball through the phone. You're lying if you say you didn't get hit in the face at least once with this ball in gym class. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 2. I don't know what this is called or why we did it, but we all did this for no reason. You're lying if you say you never had to clean the pencil sharpener out at least once. Comment down below if you did. We would all draw birds like this, and then we would just think we're like top tier artists or something. Yes, we were all professional doctors and gave ourselves lead shots. Like, bruh. Tell me why I can smell these jerseys through the phone right now. And I swear they never wash these because they always smell the same. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 3. Yep, if you didn't draw this to replace every S that you wrote, you just weren't cool at all. I'm convinced these were magical chests for our teeth. Comment down below if you remember these. We would all take our anger out on erasers for no reason, like, what the fuck did they do to us? Every single one of you guys did this shit. We made fidget spinners before fidget spinners were even invented. I'm not gonna lie, bro, this shit used to hit different. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 4. Come on now. Y'all don't know struggle until you had to deal with this shit breaking your pencil every time you use it. Books right here are literally the only reason we went to the book fair. This picture gives me nostalgia. Comment down below if your classroom looks similar to this. I know y'all remember Fun Brain. I'm not gonna lie, bro. As soon as the teacher turned this shit on, I used to be knocked. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 5. Come on now. Do I even have to say it? I know y'all remember these. Comment down below if you remember these. Sorry, but if you didn't have silly bands, you just weren't cool. Like, you were the lowest, like you just weren't cool at all. Talk about a kid who needed an ass whooping right here. This kid was bad as fuck, but the book was good though. Now that I think about it, I low-key miss dance mat typing. Like, it helped us a lot. Look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. Sing with me. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 6. Remember when we had to do multiplication tables and everybody would like race to finish? And if you won, you were superior, bruh. Now, I know y'all remember these scooters. These were fun, but if you got your hand ran over by this shit, this was the funnest day of elementary school. We all played this shit. Tell me why we all drew the same suns in the corner of our papers like this. Like, bruh. Remember when we used to play Heads Up, 7 Up? And I think we all used to cheat too. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 7. Some point in elementary school, we all made art out of a shoebox. I'm the only one who could never get this shit open right the first time. Like, bruh. No matter what it was, we were all happy when we got these stars. I don't know if it's just me, but this chair used to shock me all the time. Remember when we had classroom parties and they would just give us all one napkin and all one cupcake? Like, we all won in seconds. 5 things we all did in elementary school, part 8. Come on now. We all made swords out of markers. It would just be on some Star Wars shit. Remember on the last day of school when we used to write our names on each other's shirts? This was probably the saddest day of elementary school. The book fair week was the best week of elementary school. And if you didn't get the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid, what were you doing? We all used an eraser that did this shit, and it used to piss us off. Getting picked to be line leader in elementary school was the biggest flex on earth.